Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and realizing that the small things you do in the first hour after opening your eyes could determine whether you simply age or whether you stay strong, independent, energetic, and mentally sharp for the next 40 years of your life. Most people think longevity is about luck, good genes, or expensive medical treatments, but the truth is something very few people talk about. The biggest difference between seniors who thrive into their 80s and 90s and those who struggle with fatigue, pain, and disease often comes down to what they do every single morning. Right now, millions of people over 55 start their mornings in ways that quietly damage their bodies. They wake up tired, sit for long periods, skip hydration, rush through breakfast, and unknowingly trigger inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and muscle loss before the day has even begun. But here's the exciting part. Science now shows that a few simple morning habits can completely change the direction of aging. These habits can improve blood circulation, protect your brain, strengthen your heart, preserve your muscles, and activate powerful longevity pathways in your body. People who practice these routines regularly often maintain energy levels similar to people decades younger. Their joints stay flexible, their memory remains sharp, their metabolism keeps working. Their risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline drops dramatically. So if you're over 55, the morning hours are not just the start of another day. They are the most powerful opportunity you have to influence how long and how well you live. The first thing that happens in the body when you wake up is a surge of hormones that prepare your brain and body for activity. Cortisol naturally rises in the early morning hours. Many people hear the word cortisol and think it's harmful, but in reality, this hormone is essential for waking you up, sharpening your focus, and mobilizing energy from stored nutrients. However, the way you respond to this natural hormone surge determines whether your metabolism works for you or against you. If the first thing you do after waking up is reach for your phone, remain lying down, and delay movement, your body stays in a sluggish state. Blood circulation remains slow, your brain receives less oxygen, and your metabolism remains dormant. But if you gently activate your body within the first few minutes of waking, you help your cardiovascular system start pumping efficiently again. This does not mean intense exercise. In fact, the most powerful thing you can do right after waking is something extremely simple: stretch. When you stretch your arms, legs, back, and neck after waking up, you stimulate the lymphatic system, which is responsible for clearing toxins and metabolic waste from your body. During sleep, your lymphatic circulation slows down and waste products can accumulate in tissues. Gentle stretching acts like a pump that helps restart this detoxification system. At the same time, stretching increases blood flow to the muscles and joints. This improves flexibility and reduces stiffness, which is especially important after the age of 55 when connective tissues naturally lose elasticity. Just 2 or 3 minutes of gentle stretching can increase oxygen delivery to your brain. That oxygen boost is one reason many people feel more mentally alert immediately after moving their body in the morning. But stretching is only the beginning. The second powerful habit that can dramatically influence longevity is hydration. During sleep, your body continues to breathe, sweat, and perform metabolic processes. Over the course of 7 or 8 hours, you can lose a significant amount of fluid without realizing it. This means that when you wake up, your body is already slightly dehydrated. For younger people, mild dehydration might only cause a little fatigue. But after the age of 55, dehydration can have much more serious effects. Even a small drop in hydration levels can reduce blood volume, which forces the heart to work harder to pump oxygen and nutrients through the body. It can also slow down brain function, reduce concentration, and contribute to dizziness or headaches. This is why one of the simplest longevity habits is drinking a full glass of water within the first 10 minutes of waking up. Water helps rehydrate cells, restore blood circulation, and activate digestive processes. Many longevity researchers also recommend adding a small pinch of mineral salt or a squeeze of lemon to morning water. This provides trace minerals that support nerve signaling, muscle function, and hydration balance. When your body receives water early in the morning, your kidneys begin filtering toxins more efficiently. Your metabolism wakes up faster and your energy levels stabilize. But there's another benefit many people don't realize. Proper hydration supports joint lubrication. Synovial fluid, which cushions your joints, depends heavily on hydration. When your body is dehydrated, joints become stiffer and more prone to inflammation. So something as simple as drinking water after waking can reduce joint pain and improve mobility throughout the day. Now, after stretching and hydrating, the next habit that can transform aging is sunlight exposure. Your body operates on a circadian rhythm, an internal biological clock that controls hormone production, sleep cycles, metabolism, and even immune function. Morning sunlight is the most powerful signal that resets this clock. When natural light enters your eyes in the morning, it triggers the brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus, which regulates circadian rhythms. This signal tells your brain that the day has begun. It stops melatonin production and increases alertness hormones like serotonin and dopamine. For seniors, this is extremely important because circadian rhythms often weaken with age. Many older adults experience disrupted sleep patterns, waking up multiple times during the night or feeling tired during the day. Morning sunlight helps restore a stronger sleep-wake cycle. Even 5 to 10 minutes of sunlight exposure can improve sleep quality later that night. Sunlight also helps your body produce vitamin D, which is essential for bone health, immune strength, and muscle function. Vitamin D deficiency is extremely common among adults over 55, especially for people who spend most of their time indoors. But morning sunlight offers another powerful benefit. It improves mood. When sunlight stimulates serotonin production, it enhances feelings of calmness, happiness, and emotional stability. This is why people who spend time outdoors early in the day often report better mental health and lower stress levels. After hydration and sunlight, the next habit that supports longevity is gentle movement. The human body is designed to move, but modern lifestyles often involve long periods of sitting. After the age of 50, muscle mass naturally begins to decline. This process is known as sarcopenia. Muscle loss doesn't just affect strength. It also slows metabolism, reduces balance, increases injury risk, and raises the chances of chronic disease. But the good news is that even light movement in the morning can slow this process significantly. A short walk is one of the most effective ways to activate your metabolism. Walking increases heart rate slightly, which improves circulation and oxygen delivery throughout the body. It also stimulates muscle fibers in the legs and core, helping maintain strength and balance. Studies show that regular walking can reduce the risk of heart disease, improve insulin sensitivity, and support brain health. In fact, some research suggests that walking regularly may reduce the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Morning walking also helps regulate blood sugar levels. When muscles contract during walking, they use glucose for energy. This reduces blood sugar spikes that often occur after breakfast. For people at risk of diabetes or metabolic syndrome, this simple habit can make a significant difference. But walking also influences something deeper within the body. It activates mitochondria. Mitochondria are tiny energy factories inside your cells. As we age, mitochondrial efficiency declines, leading to fatigue and reduced cellular repair. Physical movement stimulates mitochondrial activity, encouraging cells to produce more energy and maintain healthier metabolic function. That means every step you take in the morning sends signals throughout your body that say, stay strong, stay active, stay alive. Another critical morning habit that supports longevity is mindful breathing. Many people breathe shallowly without realizing it, especially when stressed or more inactive. Shallow breathing reduces oxygen intake and increases carbon dioxide retention, which can contribute to fatigue and brain fog. But taking a few minutes each morning to breathe slowly and deeply can dramatically improve oxygen delivery throughout the body. Deep breathing expands the lungs fully, allowing more oxygen to enter the bloodstream. This oxygen fuels every cell in the body, supporting brain function, muscle performance, and energy production. Deep breathing also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps the body relax and reduce stress hormones. Chronic stress is one of the most powerful accelerators of aging. It increases inflammation, weakens the immune system, disrupts sleep, and damages blood vessels. But slow breathing techniques can reduce cortisol levels and promote a calmer, more balanced nervous system. Just 5 minutes of slow breathing can lower blood pressure and improve heart rate variability, a key marker of cardiovascular health. After breathing and movement, the next important morning habit is nourishing the body with the right foods. Breakfast plays a crucial role in regulating metabolism throughout the day. Many seniors either skip breakfast or consume foods that cause rapid blood sugar spikes. Sugary cereals, pastries, and processed carbohydrates may provide a quick burst of energy, but they often lead to a crash shortly afterward. Stable blood sugar is one of the most important factors in healthy aging. Large swings in blood sugar increase inflammation, damage blood vessels, and raise the risk of diabetes and heart disease. A balanced breakfast should include protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Protein is especially important after the age of 55 because it helps maintain muscle mass. Muscles are not only responsible for strength and mobility, they also act as metabolic organs that regulate blood sugar and energy use. Including protein sources such as eggs, yogurt, nuts, seeds, or legumes in breakfast supports muscle repair and keeps you feeling full longer. Healthy fats from foods like avocados, olive oil, or nuts support brain health and hormone balance. Fiber from fruits, vegetables, or whole grains helps regulate digestion and stabilize blood sugar. But breakfast does more than nourish the body. It also signals to your metabolism that energy is available, helping prevent the body from entering a conservation mode that slows calorie burning. Another morning habit that can extend health and vitality is mental stimulation. The brain thrives on activity. After the age of 55, cognitive engagement becomes essential for maintaining neural connections. Reading, solving puzzles, learning new information, or engaging in meaningful conversations helps stimulate brain cells. This mental activity encourages neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections and adapt throughout life. People who regularly challenge their brains often maintain sharper memory and cognitive function well into older age. Even spending 10 minutes learning something new in the morning can activate brain networks responsible for focus, creativity, and problem solving. But perhaps one of the most overlooked morning habits is something deeply emotional rather than physical: gratitude. Starting the day by reflecting on things you appreciate can profoundly influence mental health and longevity. Gratitude practices activate brain regions associated with positive emotions and reward processing. This reduces stress hormones and increases feelings of well-being. Long-term studies on aging populations consistently show that people who maintain a positive outlook tend to live longer and experience fewer chronic illnesses. Emotional health influences physical health in ways scientists are still discovering. When you wake up and intentionally focus on gratitude, you shift your brain into a more optimistic and resilient state. This mental shift can affect everything from immune function to heart health. And when all these habits combine stretching, hydration, sunlight, movement, breathing, nourishing food, mental stimulation, and gratitude, they create a powerful morning routine that supports long-term health. Each habit may seem small on its own, but together, they send powerful signals to your body every day that reinforce strength, resilience, and vitality. Over time, these signals shape how your body ages. They influence hormone balance, cellular repair, immune defense, metabolic health, and brain function. And when practiced consistently, they can help people remain active and independent far longer than expected. Because aging is not just about the number of years you live, it's about the quality of those years. And the most powerful place to start shaping that future is the moment you wake up each morning. One of the most powerful things you can do after the age of 55 happens before breakfast, before coffee, and before the rush of the day begins. It takes only a few minutes, requires no equipment, and yet it can dramatically influence how your body moves, how stable you feel on your feet, and how independent you remain as the years go by. Most people think aging automatically means becoming stiff, slower, and less balanced. They assume that losing flexibility and stability is simply part of getting older. But the truth is that much of the stiffness and instability people experience after 60 has less to do with age and more to do with lack of daily mobility. During the night while you sleep, your body naturally becomes less mobile. Muscles relax, joints stay in one position for hours, circulation slows down slightly, and connective tissues become temporarily tighter. When you wake up, your body is not yet fully ready for movement. That is why so many people feel stiff when they first get out of bed. The neck may feel tight. The lower back may feel slightly uncomfortable. The hips might feel restricted. The knees may feel slow to straighten. This stiffness is not a sign that something is wrong. It is simply your body asking for gentle movement. When you begin your day with a simple mobility practice, you send powerful signals to your muscles, joints, nerves, and brain that it is time to wake up. Mobility movements increase circulation, lubricate the joints, and activate the small stabilizing muscles that protect your body from injury. For seniors, these movements are not about intense exercise or pushing the body to its limits. They are about restoring the natural range of motion that keeps everyday activities easy and safe. Balance is one of the most important physical abilities to maintain as we age. Many people do not realize that balance is actually a skill the body practices daily. It depends on coordination between the brain, the inner ear, the eyes, and the muscles of the legs and core. When any of these systems become inactive for long periods, balance begins to weaken. This is one reason why people who sit most of the day often feel unsteady when they suddenly stand up or walk on uneven surfaces. Morning mobility movements help retrain this coordination system every single day. When you gently shift your weight from one foot to the other, rotate your hips, and move your ankles and knees through their natural range of motion, your nervous system becomes more aware of your body's position in space. This awareness is called proprioception. It allows your brain to know exactly where your body is without looking down at your feet. Strong proprioception is one of the hidden secrets behind good balance. Think about a time when you may have stumbled on a step or uneven ground but quickly caught yourself before falling. That quick reaction was possible because your body sensed the shift in balance and immediately activated the right muscles to stabilize you. When mobility and balance are practiced regularly, these reactions become faster and stronger. But when mobility is ignored for years, those protective reactions slow down, increasing the risk of falls. A simple morning mobility routine begins with the feet and ankles because they are the foundation of your balance system. The feet contain dozens of small muscles and joints that help adapt to the ground beneath you. Unfortunately, these muscles are often neglected. Many people spend years wearing stiff shoes or sitting for long periods, which prevents the feet from moving naturally. Over time, the ankles become stiff and the small stabilizing muscles weaken. When you first stand up in the morning, gently lifting one heel and then the other can begin to wake up these muscles. Slowly rolling your ankles in circles increases joint lubrication, and improves circulation. This movement may seem extremely simple, but it activates nerve pathways that send signals from the feet to the brain, helping the nervous system reestablish balance awareness. From there, gentle knee movements continue the process of waking up the lower body. The knees are not designed to twist heavily, but they do benefit from controlled bending and straightening. Slowly bending your knees a few times increases blood flow to the surrounding muscles and tendons. It also helps the joints absorb the fluid that nourishes cartilage. Cartilage does not have its own blood supply, so it depends on movement to receive nutrients. Without regular movement, cartilage can gradually become less resilient. As you continue these gentle movements, the hips begin to loosen as well. The hips are one of the most important joints in the body because they connect the upper body and lower body. Strong and flexible hips make walking easier, climbing stairs safer, and standing from a chair much smoother. However, the hips often become tight with age because of prolonged sitting. When we sit for long periods, the hip flexor muscles remain shortened while the glute muscles become less active. Morning mobility movements such as slow hip circles or gentle leg lifts help restore normal motion to this area. As the hips move through their natural range, the surrounding muscles warm up and become more responsive. This increased responsiveness is crucial for balance because the hips play a major role in stabilizing the body during walking or sudden movements. The lower back also benefits tremendously from morning mobility. Many people experience stiffness in this area because the spine has remained relatively still during sleep. Gentle twisting movements can help restore flexibility to the spinal joints. The spine is designed to move in multiple directions, including bending forward, arching backward, and rotating gently. When these movements are practiced daily, the spinal discs remain healthier because movement encourages fluid exchange within the discs. This fluid exchange is important because spinal discs act as cushions between the vertebrae. They absorb shock during walking and other activities. Over time, lack of movement can cause these discs to lose hydration, which may contribute to stiffness or discomfort. Gentle mobility exercises encourage the discs to rehydrate, helping maintain spinal health. As the spine begins to move more freely, the shoulders and upper back should also be included in the morning mobility routine. Many seniors develop tight shoulders due to years of desk work, driving, or simply not moving the arms through their full range of motion. The shoulder joint is incredibly mobile by design, allowing the arms to reach, lift, rotate, and extend in many directions. But without regular use, the muscles surrounding the shoulders can tighten. Slow arm circles are a powerful way to restore shoulder mobility. Raising the arms gently and rotating them backward and forward encourages circulation in the shoulder joints and upper back muscles. This movement also helps open the chest, which can improve posture and breathing. Posture plays a surprisingly large role in balance and independence. When posture begins to collapse forward, the body's center of gravity shifts. This shift can make it harder to maintain stability during walking or standing. By opening the chest and strengthening the muscles of the upper back, morning mobility movements help maintain an upright posture that supports better balance. Another extremely valuable part of a morning mobility practice involves the neck. The neck contains important nerves and blood vessels that supply the brain. When the neck becomes stiff, it can restrict comfortable head movement and may contribute to tension headaches or discomfort. Gentle neck movements, such as slowly turning the head from side to side or tilting the ear toward the shoulder, can release this tension. These movements should always be slow and controlled. The goal is not to force the neck into extreme positions, but to gently remind the muscles that movement is safe and natural. As the neck relaxes, many people notice that their overall sense of alertness improves. Increased circulation to the head and brain can contribute to feeling more awake and mentally clear. One of the most fascinating aspects of morning mobility is how quickly the body responds to it. Within just a few minutes of gentle movement, circulation increases throughout the body. Blood carries oxygen and nutrients to muscles and organs, supporting energy production and cellular repair. This improved circulation also helps remove metabolic waste products that may accumulate overnight. Many seniors report that when they practice a short mobility routine each morning, they feel more confident moving throughout the day. Activities such as walking, reaching for items, bending to tie shoes, or stepping onto a curb feel easier and more natural. This confidence is important because fear of falling can sometimes lead people to limit their movement. Unfortunately, limiting movement can weaken the muscles further and reduce balance ability. Morning mobility breaks this cycle by reminding the body that movement is safe and beneficial. It strengthens the small stabilizing muscles that are often overlooked during traditional exercise. These stabilizing muscles act like the body's internal support system, keeping joints aligned and preventing sudden instability. Flexibility is another key benefit of daily mobility practice. Flexibility does not mean performing extreme stretches or becoming highly flexible like a gymnast. Instead, it means maintaining enough range of motion in the joints so that everyday activities remain comfortable. Being able to reach overhead, turn your head while driving, bend down to pick something up, or step sideways to avoid an obstacle all depend on basic flexibility. When flexibility declines, even simple tasks can begin to feel difficult. But flexibility responds quickly to consistent movement. Gentle stretching combined with controlled joint movement encourages muscles and connective tissues to remain elastic. This elasticity reduces stiffness and allows the body to adapt more easily to unexpected movements. Another remarkable effect of morning mobility is its influence on the nervous system. Movement stimulates sensory receptors in the muscles and joints. These receptors send information to the brain about tension, position, and movement speed. This constant communication keeps the nervous system engaged and responsive.